Hi, I'm Leanne from Bradford Under Fives, and I'm joining you today because this week we are celebrating World Book Day. So, World Book Day was created to try and encourage everybody to read a little bit more. So, reading for children doesn't just mean having a book in front of you and reading the words on the page. This method can become quite a chore for children as they get a little bit older. Reading should be fun. It's about understanding, comprehending the feelings and thoughts, and using text to open up imagination and expressing in a creative way. Reading to our young children for small, regular periods of time will help development immensely. Not only will it help to build early speech and language, but having that special time with the storyteller creates relationships, builds a bond, builds social and emotional development, and enhances brain development. When you are choosing books for your children, be sure to follow their lead. Choose books that they are interested in. So if they're interested in trains, cars, dinosaurs, choose a theme that they will be interested in, which will make things much easier when you are wanting to share stories with your little ones. Make sure that you offer a variety of different books. So things like picture books, fiction books, non-fiction books, magazines, and other reading materials such as news articles, advertisements that are suitable for children. Because there's many out there, but it just opens up that different format of reading and sharing information and stories and different text. When reading, make sure that you are loud and you use a voice that's engaging. Use different tones, different pitches, and it can really open up imagination and create a really dramatic atmosphere where your child almost enters the story. You can do things like act scenes out, you could dress up and try retelling the story. This is really going to keep your child engaged and focused because it makes it more fun. You can try creating interesting places to read. You could sit there together and have the story on your lap, and it's lovely to do so. Quite often, we always snuggle down at bedtimes and read with our children that way, but it doesn't always have to be that way. You can use different interesting ideas and get your children involved. So things like using a den or a quiet space where you have cushions and blankets that's free from distraction as well of electrical devices or the television that's going to capture your child's attention. You become really creative and get outside and read in the park, in the woods, in the bushes, in the trees. You can even read in the bath. Reading can be anywhere. You can get really creative and really inventive with finding fun places to read. You could use props for your story, simple things from around the home, and you can get crafty and make your own things together. I've got some examples here for you today that I have made in the home that relate to stories that I can share with you today for ideas. So first of all, we've got the Gruffalo story, a really popular story for children of all ages. But here we have Play-Doh that we can use to make the characters in the story. So we can read the story as we go along, and we can make the characters that are in the story and get your children to really be creative. It doesn't have to be exactly how it is there. You can change things. Can you make a yellow snake or a red snake? And this way it just builds up that conversation about the story as well and keeps that interest flowing. We've got the Hungry Caterpillar, which is obviously all about a caterpillar wanting some food because he's very hungry. You could have the actual food that the caterpillar eats, and you could have it as a snack time as well, so you could read your story while your children are eating. You could have a guessing bag, which we have here. Which fruit do you think is in the bag? So you could pop things in there. So in here I've got oranges, so the children can have a feel, guess what it is, and also how many oranges are in the bag. So different things that you can do there with that storybook. And again, just keeps your child engaged and interested and you can change it. The more times that you read it, you can do different things. So here we have Old Macdonald Has a Farm. Now this is a rhyme book, but it's still got words in there to read, but you can sing as you go along. You can use things like musical instruments with stories like this, or if you don't have any at home, you could make your own. So I've got a colander and a whisk, or I've made a shake as you're going along. So it's just a little bit of creativity and fun that sort of extends the story as well a little bit, because you could go on to sing other songs then as well. Or I've got a squash and a squeeze over here, and I've actually made some props using hard-boiled eggs. So we have a house here. So the story starts off, there was an old lady who lived in a house. So this is the old lady, and this is her house, and she thought her house was a squash and a squeeze. So she met the farmer, or the wise old man, and the wise old man said, take in your, what have we got? We've got a hen, and we put them in like this. We've got a pig, we've got a goat, and we've got a cow. So we've decorated these eggs and we've made them, and now the house is full, and the house is a squash and a squeeze. And you do this as you're telling the story, so you're using the props as you're going along. So the wise old man says, take them all out, doesn't he, at the end of the story? So we take them all out, and then you can see the house is empty. So now the old lady's happy. So it's just something to use to tell your story as a prop, so that the children they're listening to the words that you're telling them. They're looking in the book at the text, they're looking at the pictures, and they're also relating that to the props that you've got to retell the story. So these are just a few ideas that I thought I'd share with you today. So give them a go and have fun and enjoy your World Book Day.